Hi, I'm Steve. This is Fran. Today we're going to talk about how do you buy an appliance package affordably, right? How do you buy it? How do you buy something good? We're not talking about buying cheap, off-branded, used stuff.
Right.
We're talking about buying good, solid appliances that look good in your kitchen that won't cost a fortune, right? So first thing we want to do is we want to stay away from certain brands that don't do that. Like, Thermador would be one, Sub-Zero, Wolf, Miele, Gaggenau. So we probably not want to look in that area per se. I mean, you can get a Miele dishwasher on a deal, and we could talk about outlets and floor displays and how to buy that.
Yeah.
But so here's different steps for you to take to buy something affordably. The first one is buy on promotion, and this one is simple, right? Is promotional times of the year to buy an appliance. And those are President's Day, Memorial Day, July 4th, which is now one big holiday, Labor Day, and Black Friday, which is now Halloween through Christmas, right? And you're gonna save 10 to 35%. So what you wanna do is buy in those promotional holidays. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Agreed. And the one thing I point out too as something to be aware of is you want to, because these prices, especially post-COVID, what we've noticed is, these prices do change so frequently, and they're up and down and things like that. So when you do get a quote, you want to ask too, how long is this price good for? Because it's very quickly, it could change. You could get quoted today and by 2 days or the next day, that price could change. So it's important to know the quote that I'm getting today, how long is that quote good for as well?
And are the prices going down? Because if you're not in a promotional period, and that's why you really have to find an appliance store, pick one in your area based on good reviews, if there are any. and whether it's box, store, internet, or local dealer, you want to make sure that, where are the prices now? Are we on promotion? What's coming up?
Yeah.
Because it's great. Maybe they give you $100 off a quote only to find out you could have bought it for up to 35% better next week. So the other thing is you want to be flexible on delivery. So if it needs to be delivered at a certain date and to take advantage of a 35% promotion, you have to have a little bit of that flexibility or wait to the next promotional period.
Right. Because there's two kinds of promotions. So you have these, like the holiday promotion where the upfront price of the product goes down based on July 4th or whatever it may be. But then there's also back-end mail-in rebates as well. And those dates may not always jive with each other, and they can change. And especially when you talk about delivery, the mail-in rebates are critical to make sure you're looking at the fine print there. So you may qualify for a $400 mail-in rebate based on what you're buying. But you got to make sure you're reading that print, because if you're buying today, but you're not taking delivery for 6 months, that rebate may not even be around at that point. There could be other rebates that you may qualify for, but those are important things. And we always say, the rebate is an important part of your buying decision too, but make sure if it's that important of a decision for you, you got to make sure you're double checking those dates there, because those can be completely different by the time you're taking delivery.
Yeah, you almost have to you almost have to, it's almost a job to keep this stuff, keep this stuff all straight, is to find out what the best possible price is, depends on how flexible you are in delivery.
Yep.
And I would say that if you're in a hugely promotional period and you're not ready to take delivery, if it's July 4th, wait till Labor Day or tax weekend or tax weekend / Labor Day, or Black Friday, move on to the next promotional period. So just be flexible when you can take your order, and be mindful of promotions, individual and rebates. Yeah. So number two, is buying certain brands. Like, what features can you live without? Like, you have GE, you've got Profile, you've got Cafe, you've got Monogram, you've got Whirlpool, you got KitchenAid, you got JennAir. A lot of these products are the same, and they're marked way up based on different labels. Where you could have a JennAir fridge $1,000 more than the KitchenAid fridge for no apparent reason. Maybe they've got a rebate on it, but it's still $500 more. You're gonna be mindful of that and pick whatever features you can live without as well. And if you want really the stripped down good products that you should buy, I would say base GE, base LG, some Samsung, but you gotta worry about service with those guys. Some KitchenAid, maybe a little bit of upper Whirlpool, and that's where you're gonna get the best prices, I think.
No, absolutely. And it kind of leads into kind of the next thing too. And it's, and we hear this question a lot. Should I buy all the same brand, or should I split it up, or buy whatever, and there's a few different ways to answer that too, because you can definitely save some money and get what you really want, or maybe splurge on the range that you really want, or the fridge that you want to spend a little bit more on, but not the other products. But if you do stick within that same brand too, you're more apt to get better overall value.
Yeah, it's going to look better. And then, typically you dip a toe in the water, and the manufacturer kind of gets you like one of those alligators chasing the gazelle. You ever see those in there? My kids into all that stuff. So, once you buy one, they're going to entice you with 2, 3, 4, where you get a better overall rebate if you buy within the same package.
Yeah.
And the handles are going to,
exactly.
The handles styles will match. But if you don't want, the one thing I would say is, if you're buying like that splurge, is just, if you can get a pocket handle with no detail on it,
Yes.
that'll do basically the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So buying a package. The other thing I would do is, we talk about, financing, and we never were a big financing store, but now it's a good idea maybe to do a 0% for 12 months, and you're getting 5% on your money on the other side.
Yeah.
Although you do have to pay monthly. So if you keep that straight, you can earn a few dollars. If you've got good credit, you can finance it at 0%. Just don't go over the 1 month deals, because they're going to hit you with 31%
Absolutely.
financing. Now, the other thing you can do is, we have an outlet that we mark things down, and the way it works is, an item doesn't fit, we mark it down to buy it, and that's a very good way to buy that and floor displays. I will caution you to say that you want to make sure the product isn't used, and you want to make sure the product isn't damaged to the point where it's unusable, where it becomes that much of an eyesore in your kitchen.
And also the warranties. So not, if someone's selling an old floor model, or a piece that came back because it was a no fit or something like that, maybe not everybody offers a full warranty on those too.
Yeah, I would get a warranty. I'd make sure it comes with the manufacturer.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm assuming that you're going to get the warranty. In some Be Good stores, like we were thinking about buying, remember we were thinking about doing Be Goods, there's no warranties. So if you're going to take a chance, you should get a warranty with it, if you can.
Yeah.
It depends. I had some guy reach out to me on Instagram of all places. He was going to get a Thermador used 2016 range for $3,500. But you're rolling the dice at that point. So make sure it's cheap enough where you can just say, well, I took a chance. And, but I would do that.
That goes back to what you said earlier too, like on the flexibility part of it. If you are flexible on when you can take those deliveries, you can really take advantage of some of those floor model outlet type sales and really kind of get some good value there too.
Yeah. Now there's one thing that we wouldn't do when looking for really inexpensive is I wouldn't buy cheap appliances. We service what we sell, so we only carry 19 brands, and other companies carry 150. There's a lot of product out there that's highly unreliable. What you're going to save, even today, if you can, especially in some of these Italian imported ranges, what you save now is nothing compared to the problems you're going to have later. So again, I would stick with, core brands. Maybe they don't have like, colors or features of like, say, a Profile, a Cafe, or Jen Air or one of those, but something with decent features, good capacity on the fridge, decent output on the range, quiet enough dishwasher, and or whatever hood or over the range microwave you buy, and that's the way you do it. If you can do it in an outlet and save some more money there, provided you get a warranty that's good, and you want to finance it and maybe save some money on just the 5% versus 0%, you can do that too. But then you got to pay monthly, and if you don't want to do that, then then you're going to get hit with 31.49% interest rate. So
and you bring up another good point there too. Just when you're looking at the if you're looking at a suite of appliances, there is somewheres like if you want to get all the same brand, like if you're looking at maybe you're incorporating a chimney style hood or a microwave drawer separately, there are some areas there to be able to save money and not have to go with those same brands as well. We do private label brands there. That
private labels
really
are a good way to go.
Yeah, and a lot of those, it's
depends who's backing.
Exactly,
them too,
absolutely.
It's just again, no matter what we say, I always say, Check reviews of store and product before you buy, especially in your area. Boston's going to be different than New York or California, so just be mindful of who you got there for local dealers, and which box store may be better with the better manager in your area.
Yep.
So that's it. If you like these videos, these discussion style videos, hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching.